What's up, guys? Yeah, we're out of the shop today. We are in the marsh. It is the second day after the opener, and we decided to explore some more ground. And by the way, my beautiful cameraman, your hazards are on. We are going to be running a new area that I found on the map. I've heard it's very hard to get to and you need the biggest motor possible. So we're gonna try it today. Do I expect to get stuck? Very. But we're gonna run it. I want to kill some birds this year.
Alright guys, we'll check back with you in a bit. Alright guys, we made it out here to a spot.
Yep.
We got the spread.
It's over to the left a little bit.
Yeah, we'll pull out the big camera and show you in a sec, but we just had a small flock of teal come in. We got us a green wing there. So got a little hen, you said?
Yeah, it's a hen.
Yeah. So they flew right over us and I leaned back, and with Connor's cool swivel chair here, I was able to lean back and get one of them.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I wish we could be a little bit more centered on the decoys, but there's no really good cover over there.
There's all the reeds over there on that side are super thick. We wouldn't be able to get the boat back out, and then over there's pretty dry. So.
And I don't want to be staring into the sun.
Right.
So
right here we're kind of in the shade. It is so hot out here. The bugs are horrendous. They're not quite as bad as where we were at earlier today. And for the opener, we'll tell you guys that story here in a bit.
It's one hell of a story.
So it was my first opener on the duck hunt ever. And yeah, it's a good story. So we'll get back to you guys on that one, but stay tuned. Alright guys, so we're just cruising through the reeds here. This is the only way in out of this spot, so it's pretty hidden. Not a lot of people can get access to it, so Connor's back here, man, in the boat, getting us through here. Pretty crazy stuff, so we'll get back to the dock and show you guys. We only got that one green wing teal here. You can see that color there, it's pretty awesome. And yeah, we'll get back to the boat ramp and load the boat up and show you guys some cool drone footage here in a second. First time getting the drone out in the marsh. So pretty excited about that. And we thought we shot green mallard, but didn't actually end up getting any. So, but yeah, we'll get back to the truck. Hey guys, welcome back.
That was an awesome scout today. We learned a ton of new ground. It was perfect. Ozzy even got to shoot a hen green wing as well. We weren't expecting it, but it was pretty fun. We threw out like 3 decoys just to kind of test the spot, and that freaking bird came in
So hard.
Yeah, nobody's business. It was in. But it was an amazing scout. Very tough to get to, but worth it for us.
Right. Anyway, that story we were telling you about earlier, our day yesterday and today,
Yeah.
the good part of the morning, I'll have Connor kind of start off the story for you guys.
Yeah, so Friday, it was the day before the opener, I had the day off, me and Mark. And what we did is we went up to the marsh just to kind of test run everything, make sure that our spot was going to be available and also water conditions. And we get up there and it's, I want to say 5 o'clock already. And we get the mud boat launched and we're feeling pretty confident about it, but not really sure until we start running. And the water had dropped about 2 more inches and it was skim. It was maybe an inch, inch and a half.
Pretty hard to run this boat in.
Yeah, it could do it. I don't like going through 4 props a year, and they're $300 a prop. So, I made the executive decision. Oz was at work, and
Yeah, I worked until 9:30 at night Friday.
yeah,
So
and so I decided to pull the plug. I said, you know what? This is hunting. We have to adapt to the conditions that we're given. And we did just buy an airboat. So what
like a week and a half ago, we bought an airboat. I'm sure you guys have probably seen that video by now.
If not, go check it out. It's
Yep,
in our
it'll be linked
list.
down here.
I made the executive decision to run all the way back to Salt Lake. It was like an 1.5-hour drive. And drop my mud boat off at the shop and grab the airboat. And then it was about probably 9:20 at the time, and I called Oz and I said, Oz, water conditions are horrible.
Yep. So I got a phone call saying, do you want the good news or the bad news first? And I was like, wait, what do you mean? Like, I just barely clocked out from work and stepped back into my office to just grab my things. And I thought I was getting a phone call like, hey, you on your way? Like, we're excited for you to get here. That's what I was expecting. And I got, you want the good news or the bad news? So I'm like, oh crap, like, what's going on? And then he elaborated and said, well, we can't run the mud boat. I was like, well, crap, what do you want to do? And he's like, we're getting the airboat.
Yep.
And inside, I was actually pretty excited because I wanted to go test the airboat Thursday before the hunt, because I'm off on Thursdays. So I was off Thursday, I had to work Friday. He was off Friday, so he wanted to test his boat Friday.
Yeah, and it was really nerve-wracking. It was the first run of the boat.
In water that we've tried ever.
At all. Well, the first water it's been on in 3.5 years.
Yeah.
So we were really nervous about it.
Yeah.
And so we stayed up all night Friday. We
were probably at your house till
11 or 12.
Yeah. So we, he called me and I was like, well, we're taking the airboat, like we need lights.
Yeah.
So luckily I had, I believe it's a 30-inch light bar at home already that I bought a couple of years ago for another project and just never used. So I hurried and just buzzed home, grabbed it with the wiring harness and everything, drove straight to Connor's house. We put it on, we put the light bar on in less than 30 minutes,
Yep.
wired it, and had it completely mounted to the boat.
Yep.
It is a little janky and it's going to need some work, but it worked.
Was something to get the job done. You know, it's 10:30 at night at this point, and we're exhausted from the day.
Right. I woke up at 6 a.m. that day to just get everything ready for the hunt, so after work I could just grab my stuff and come out. I didn't want to take it to work because I've got a lot of expensive hunting gear that I'm not going to leave in my truck while I'm working.
Exactly.
So grabbed the stuff, ran over to his house, wired our light in 30 minutes, hurried and stopped and got some food on our way out.
Yep. And then
got to the marsh.
We launched the boat, which was very, very difficult because it's not a boat.
Shallow.
It's not a boat launch. It's literally a mud hill.
Yeah.
And we got the boat off the trailer, and we fired it up, and it was about 1 a.m. at that point. And I wanted to do a loop with Oz with me to make sure that the boat was going to operate correctly. Because, I mean, we've had it running, and you all know the motor will run fine, but then you put a load on it, and it'll bog out and die. And so
we buzzed out, just us two, and it was running great. Yeah. We were both, like, shocked.
Yeah, it ran really good. And so we were like, you know what? Let's go back. We'll grab the guys. We'll grab the decoys, and we'll just go out.
Decoys.
We'll go out there.
Set the decoys in the spot, not place them because you can't do that
past a certain time.
A certain time before the hunt. So.
But we grabbed everybody, started heading out, and that sucker kept running out of fuel. It was a fuel problem.
It's got an electronic fuel pump. We'll show you guys, but the electronic fuel pump draws fuel from the tank to the carburetors because it's got two, because it's an old Chevy Corvair motor, so it's got one on each side of the motor. And the pump, we figured out later that the pump just couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
Couldn't keep up with the amount of
fuel. So it
fuel.
wasn't filling the bowl in the carburetor fast enough. So when you would full throttle, it would burn all the fuel in the bowl, run out, and bog out.
Just kind of bog down, yeah. Run out of power, basically.
Exactly. So
with all four of us and
5 dozen decoys.
5 dozen decoys. It was pretty loaded down.
Yeah, and I mean, Oz and I, we have a lot of background in mechanics and anything to do with motor.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys have seen,
grew up with my dad doing it. Same thing. Grew up with his dad. We both have old Chevy trucks.
Yep. So what we did is we narrowed it down to the fuel issue, carburetor issue. So what we did is we disconnected the fuel line to the carburetors, and we had some water bottles. So we turned the pump on auxiliary. Gosh, bugs are horrible.
Filled up 3 water bottles full of fuel. Thought, no way we're gonna go through 3 water bottles in one go.
And what we did with the water bottles is we poked a little hole in the top. And as I was driving, Oz was sitting
on top, holding onto a post on the motor, squirting fuel into the carburetor on one side. Yep. We found it would run decent enough on just squirting fuel into one side that it was working, so.
Yeah, so it got us there, it got us our hunt. We ended up throwing a 4-man limit down that day.
Yep.
First trip in the airboat, 2020 season opener.
We didn't film just because everything, oh my gosh, was so chaotic.
It was
last
nuts.
Minute, like changing all the plans. We had planned on taking this boat out and running, and it just, obviously, you guys heard it wasn't gonna work. So
yeah, we
got the airboat out. We did bring the cameras and everything, and I have a few clips from my phone that we can put in here somewhere.
Yeah, it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work, but in the end, it was a very fun trip with good guys. Like we said,
I'll never forget this trip.
yeah, it was a 4-man limit, you know, so.
4-man limit, opening day, with a boat we'd never ridden in before.
Ever. So.
But we did make it. We got back safely.
Yep. We even hunted this morning, and everything was fine. So, I want to say thank you guys for watching this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. If you have any comments or concerns, please
Put them
drop
down
them below. It is a beautiful night here in, where are we? We're in Farmington right now.
Exploring some new area, like you said before.
Yeah, I don't hunt here much just because of the people traffic.
There's a lot of people.
But
usually.
it is a beautiful night. We got a ride on a very nice boat today.
Reliable boat.
Found some new hunting ground, found a ton of birds, and I feel like that's a success.
Yep. This whole trip's been a success.
Yeah, exactly. I want to thank you guys again. Please stay tuned for our next videos. We're doing some product reviews. Go check out the ones we did on the Tepui tents.
Yep, each of the trucks.
I think on our next videos, I want to do a product review on our shotguns as well. I know we did a cleaning video, but cleaning is secondhand to the shooting part.
To performance.
So I think we're going to do a product review on the Winchester SX4 and the Franke Infinity 3. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good night.
Have a good night.